Good morning, happy travelers.
Good morning, or should we say happy campers today?
Oh.
Yes, and we'll tell you why.
We are in our home for the next 2 weeks here in Iceland. This morning we came to the Happy Campers headquarters to pick up our camper van, and we're gonna be taking the next 2 weeks to drive the whole ring road and see a ton of Iceland.
We are working with the Happy Campers company, and they have graciously given us the Happy One. This is their smallest model of camper van, which for 2 people, honestly, it's cozy.
I think it'll be perfect for us. It's also a diesel, and it being small, it's gonna be better on gas, which is huge because gas is very expensive in Iceland.
And they made it an automatic, so I can drive it as well, which I'm sure Kevin will appreciate.
Yeah.
But let's go ahead and give you a tour.
So this van is built off of a 2020 Volkswagen Caddy. Over here you have your kitchen. We have a great little electric refrigerator that looks kind of like a cooler, sink with a hand water pump, and your camping stove and all your dishes. This van comes with all the pots and pans, utensils, and dishes that you're gonna need when you're on the road.
One of the things the rental includes is this camping stove. It is 1 burner and it runs off of these little gas canisters, and it's also portable, so if you want to cook outside or if you just want a little bit more counter space, you can put it away, which is awesome. This van has an extra RV type battery, so we can charge things and everything when the van's not on, so that's awesome. In the back of the van, it includes a couple of USB chargers and also a 12-volt DC charger, and they've included an inverter for us, which is awesome because we have a lot of camera gear to charge. But my favorite feature is the heater, which runs off the battery. So they said you can run it for 6, 7, 8 hours a day if you need to, which, let's face it, I'm a California girl, I'll probably need to. So you might be wondering where the bed is. Got this nice big comfortable bench seat, which also folds out futon style into a bed. And there's also storage underneath where they have put our pillows, blankets, and we got extra sleeping bags just in case we need it for warmth or a little extra padding. I think we're gonna be perfectly comfortable in this tiny little van.
It's not bad.
Where am I supposed to sleep? Now that you've seen the back of the van, I'll show you the front of the van a little bit. It's basically just most of the things you'd want in a newer car. It's got Bluetooth, another DC 12-volt charger, like I said, automatic, so that is good for me to drive. And yeah, just comfy little front seat. All right, we're all loaded up. We've got all of our crap back there.
It's gonna take a couple days to figure out where everything goes.
I think first things first, we need to go to the grocery store and get some provisions.
A big reason that the camper van was appealing to us was because you can cook all of your own meals. And like we said before, Iceland is pretty expensive, so that's gonna save us a lot of money.
So we've stopped at an Icelandic grocery store called Bonus. The logo is a pig with a black eye, and I'm not really sure what that's all about, but we're gonna go check it out, I think. Prices are here and there. Some things are more expensive, some things are about the same. It's taking us a lot longer to shop though because we have to convert everything.
So we just spent about $100 US, but that's gonna give us enough food for probably the next week, which is really awesome because yesterday we had lunch at a gas station and it cost around $40 US just for 1 meal. So this is definitely gonna save us a lot of money. Now the next step is we have to try to figure out how to get all this stuff into this tiny little refrigerator.
Even grocery shopping is an adventure when you're in a foreign country.
Yeah, we were in that store for a very long time.
Just we had to convert all the prices and everything and figure out exactly what we needed.
And also planning your meals for the next week takes a little while.
So that grocery store was called Bonus. Right across the way is another grocery chain here in Iceland called Kronan. Cronin offers a little bit more of a selection, but is a little bit pricier.
Prices were pretty similar on a lot of items. There were a few things that were definitely more expensive though. Meat and dairy were a little more on the expensive side.
And also fresh produce.
That was a little more expensive too. There are some pretty cheap things that you can find.
Like I said, for $100 for like a week's worth of food, we'll be fine. We'll be eating like college students, but it'll be okay.
So I think now we're pretty much ready to start our drive around the ring road.
Yay, let's do it.
After about an hour on the ring road, we decided to drive north a little bit to check out this hot spring. We're both still pretty beat from hiking to the volcano yesterday. If you haven't seen that video yet, we will link it in the description. But we just pulled up to the hot spring and there's quite a few other cars here, so I think we're gonna cook up a little bit of food before we head in.
Made our first camper van dinner, and by we I mean Kevin. I sat in the front seat and stayed out of the way, so that's helpful, right?
So tonight we are doing pasta.
Anything that's simple, that doesn't have a lot of ingredients. Although we did put veggies in it, so we kind of had to do a two-part thing, so we only have a one-burner stove. But that's probably as complicated as it'll get in the camper van.
Yeah, but it looks great and we're super hungry.
Yeah.
So we ended up leaving the hot springs after dinner. There was just too many people there and we didn't think it would be super enjoyable, and we had plans of coming back in the morning. However, on our drive down to our campsite, the car started smoking quite a bit.
This brand new car that we just got today was smoking, and we got real scared for a second. Happy Campers is a family-owned business, which is awesome. We love to support that. So we called one of the brothers who owns it, who rented us the car today.
After the owner called his mechanic, we found out that there is a warranty issue that they've been having with this particular model, and that's what he thinks it is. It was safe enough for us to drive to our campsite.
And then we're going to get it sorted out in the morning, because it's at this point 9:30 at night. All right, we're in the van, setting up our bed for the first time. Got a couple duvets and pillows, and we grabbed a couple extra blankets, and we have sleeping bags and a heater. So I don't think we'll go cold tonight, which is a good thing because I definitely run cold. What do you think?
I think we should have done this before we closed everything inside.
Live and learn, right?
Yeah.
The Happy Campers company included these coffee cups with our rental, except they're kind of cool because they're like individual coffee presses. So you put the coffee grounds in and plunge it down and everything. So we are getting fueled up with these. And also, when you're in a camper van, the best food is simple food. So I've discovered Icelandic yogurt, which is delicious, and they have these like little packs, so it's like Icelandic yogurt go-gurt. So I'm kind of obsessed.
This morning is off to a pretty slow start. We spoke with the camper van company and they have decided to switch us out vans. So we came to the closest town and we are gonna wait for them to come and bring another van for us, and then we'll get back on the road. But just in case you're wondering what it's like to be in a very small van together, pretty much when anybody wants to do anything in the back, somebody sits in the front seat. So right now I am sitting in the front seat and Kelly is getting ready in the back.
Brushing my teeth.
It's gonna be a fun and slightly cramped next 2 weeks.
Our new van is here. This is our old van, that's our new van. Happy Campers are the real MVPs for driving an hour and a half to meet us with the new van. And now I think we can continue on being tourists in Iceland. Awkward tourists. Day 2.5 after we've gotten our camper van, we finally made it to a waterfall here in Iceland. We are at Seljalandsfoss and it's amazing, and the best part about it is there's only like 3 other cars here. We picked an amazing time to come to Iceland. There's spots for 8 tour buses. There are no tour buses, so here we are in the middle of the day. We have it to ourselves. So you never know what the weather's going to be like in Iceland, so we bought these rain pants that I haven't worn yet, but they also work for waterfalls.
So the trail here goes behind the waterfall, but when the mist hits the right way, you get a little wet. Walked up behind the waterfall here, and there's this awesome, beautiful rainbow. I don't even know if you guys can see me right now because it's super wet back here, and we're the only ones here. That was super awesome.
I am completely soaked, and I'm really happy I have these rain pants and this rain jacket. Highly recommend it if you come to Iceland.
Yeah, that was our first waterfall, really our first stop on the ring road at all, and oh my gosh, if this is how the next 2 weeks are gonna be, I'm so excited.
We're so happy, and it just that hardly anyone else is here makes it so much more special. We don't have to share it with 200 of our closest friends. And when does that ever happen? So Seljalandsfoss is the main attraction of this particular stop, but there are actually a couple other waterfalls on this path if you go to the left of Seljalandsfoss, and we're gonna go down to one that looks like it's in a cave, which should be really cool, and we'll probably get even more soaked.
This is so cool!
That was so cool!
Yeah, wow.
Awesome!
We got completely soaked.
Yes.
Totally worth it.
We geeked out over that. That was really cool. Definitely worth the extra 5 minutes away from Seljalandsfoss.
Yeah, you have to walk through the water, but it's not deep at all. I'd say maybe 6 inches at the most, and people have set up rocks that you can kind of step on, so yeah. Our feet aren't wet. We both have boots on and we are fine. But yeah, definitely super cool if you're at Seljalandsfoss.
I don't know what this one's called, but we'll figure it out and put the name.
Gljufrabui.
We'll put the name right here.
Gljufrabui.
And you can try to pronounce it for yourself. Not like that.
No. But yeah, definitely check this one out.
Yay, so cool. We spent entirely too long at Seljalandsfoss, as is pretty normal for us. But just about a half hour down the road is one of Iceland's most popular waterfalls, Skogafoss. I'm sure you've seen it on Instagram before. We'll put a pic in here so you can see what it looks like. And again, there's only 3 other cars in the parking lot. It's pretty incredible. This drive is just becoming more and more dramatic the further east we go, so I can't imagine what the rest of Iceland looks like. But I think we're gonna do this and maybe one other waterfall and then start looking for a campsite for the evening because we're getting kind of tired and don't want to be out until 10 p.m. like we have the last couple of nights. It's easy to do when it doesn't get dark, so.
Guess what?
We're the only people at Skogafoss.
Everybody left. I don't know if this has ever happened before.
We're gonna hurt ourselves for this.
We had an awesome time running around at Skogafoss, and we decided to camp right here. There is a campsite that is located right at the base, and I have a feeling we're gonna be the only ones here because there are not a lot of people around. They do have some facilities here. They have a toilet, running water, and some showers. Right now, Kelly is in the back making some dinner.
Oh, that's cold.
Check you out.
That's cold. Get out of here.
What'd you make for dinner, Kel?
Tuna mac, which is one of my favorites, and specialties. It's one of the 4 things I can make.
Morning. We slept really well last night, and I can't think of a better view to wake up to.
Now that we've been camping in Iceland for a couple nights, there are a few things you should know. It's actually against the law to park your camper van wherever you want. Some people still do that, but just know that if you choose to do that, you could be facing a fine if you get caught. Also, we're here in early May, so some of the campgrounds aren't open yet. So if you stay in a campground that's not open, you can stay there for free in your camper van, but you won't have access to any of the facilities like toilets or anything like that. If the campground is open, of course you can stay there in your camper van, but you'll have to pay, and you actually have to pay per person, which ends up being about 1,000 to 1,500 ISK. You could be paying 20 to 25 US dollars a night for camping in a campsite. We paid to be by Skogafoss today, but last night we stayed in a closed campground, which we camped at for free. It is so nice this morning. Last night it was very cold and windy here. This morning there's like no wind and it's sunny. Feeling very lucky to be enjoying this Iceland weather with nobody at Skogafoss. Alright, we had kind of a nice and easy morning at Skogafoss. But just a couple minutes down the road, literally like a 2-minute drive, is a short hike to another waterfall called Kvernufoss. Sorry if I butcher these. Icelandic is really hard. And it looks pretty cool. It's another waterfall you can go behind. I have a tendency to fall off things like that. Attempting a tricky shot with the drone. All right, good news, we found the drone. So it hit this mountain right here. It's a tight spot, so I'm not surprised.
Yeah. Whoops. If you have a drone, you're definitely gonna crash it.
It's inevitable.
Yep. But the good news is it didn't go in the water. It looks like the only thing we have are busted propellers. It might still fly, so we'll go see if I have the spare parts I need, and hopefully it still works.
It happens. We were trying a cool shot, and which was my idea. So I'll take responsibility. But it looks okay. mostly.
So I was able to change off the broken propellers just fine, but the drone won't start off. So we're deciding what to do right now. There's a DJI store that's back in Reykjavik, so we might haul back there, see if they can fix it. This drone is pretty old too, so if we did have to upgrade, that's something that we've been looking to do in the future, so maybe that'll happen too.
We're not that far from Reykjavik anyway, so we can go back there and then come back out here and not lose too much time.
Yeah, we'll probably be back out here by sunset, so.
Yeah. Or maybe just stay the night in a hotel in Reykjavik. We've decided to make the trip back to Reykjavik to figure out our drone situation, and it's about a 2-hour drive, and we want to make sure we get there before the store closes, so we didn't make lunch in the camper van.
Instead, we decided to stop and get our first Icelandic hot dogs.
Yeah, I don't know if you've heard of these, but they're pretty famous. The way the Icelanders get them, it's got, I don't know, bacon bits and onion and remoulade sauce on it. And Icelanders are really big on their hot dogs, and it was pretty cheap in the gas station.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're brave enough to eat a gas station hot dog.
But the gas stations, especially the N1s here, they have like little restaurants attached to them, so it's a good place to get kind of inexpensive food. Actually, it's still pretty expensive, but like, it's not just like an American gas station.
Yeah, it's cheap for Iceland. So if you go to any of the N1s, especially if it says Nesti, they have little cafes attached to them, so.
Here we go. There's a lot of different flavors. It's like sweet with the, I think this is like a sweet mustard, crispy with the bacon and the onions. I actually don't know what they put on them. I just said put everything on it because that's the way that the Icelanders do it. But it's pretty good. I think you'll like it. We're loaded up, brand new drone. Just pretty excited about it. Definitely a splurge, but we're in need of an upgrade. So now I'm gonna go geek out on a bunch of YouTube videos and figure out how to use it.
All right, we're in our hotel room for the night. Yes, we only survived 2 nights of van life before getting a hotel room.
I wanted to get a hotel tonight because with this new drone, I want to make sure the batteries are all charged. I want to make sure the warranty's on it before we get out and start camping again.
That he knows how to fly it.
Yeah, that's right.
It looks really awesome. It's only been out for 1 week, so it is a super huge upgrade. Our other drone was like 4 years old, so.
It actually wasn't much more expensive to buy the drone here than it would have been to get it in the United States. I wasn't really expecting that, so that's a nice surprise. This drone also shoots in 5.4K, so it's gonna be really, really incredible footage over the next couple days. So we're gonna end this video here, but be sure to subscribe so you can see all that awesome new drone footage that we're gonna be getting.
We have a lot more adventures in Iceland to come. It's gonna be so awesome. If the few things we've seen are any indication of how awesome Iceland is, I'm excited. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Like Kevin said, hit that subscribe button. We will see you tomorrow. This is Kelly and Kevin from the Awkward Tourists. Peace out. Seljalandsfoss.
Seljalandsfoss that had been